Representatives from Texas Tech local businesses and more gathered earlier this week for a first-of-its-kind event. Coming up, we'll have the details on the inaugural Diversity Summit.
With the spring semester almost halfway over, students are starting to think about their future past graduation. Find out how one campus group gave students of all majors an opportunity to figure out their future next.
And the Red Raider basketball team is starting to pick up some postseason awards after finishing one of their best seasons in program history. MCTV's Lexi Wesley has all the details along with scores and highlights in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Corey May.
And I'm Uvie Bikomo. Diversity is a hot topic being discussed on a daily basis around the country. Although the Texas Tech campus is already a very diverse community, there are still issues in the everyday workplace.
That's true, Uvie. On Tuesday, the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce held the first ever Diversity Summit. Representatives from the last Lubbock Community Alliance, TTU, Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and all other local companies and organizations gathered at the Overton Hotel and Conference Center. Attendees took a part in community discussion about diversity in the workplace. The event featured breakout sessions hosted by various local professionals, including one of Tech's alum who took the time to speak to MCTV's Katie Main.
It's the first ever Diversity Summit, which is amazing. And I went to school here, it's been a little while ago, graduated class of 94, college in Mass Comm. So I think it's amazing. And there's been 300 people or more here today. It's all about diversity and inclusion, different perspectives on it, which I think is new, innovative thinking. So that's what's going on. So I have the session that's going to be the look at diversity from a different perspective, which is a new perspective, and that's really how it can impact your bottom line. And also, because I have a branding and marketing firm, I'm taking a quick look at how the cost of getting it wrong, examples like you've seen with H&M and Pepsi, where intentional or unintentional, if you don't have enough diversity in the decision making, you can just overlook things that really are costly. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Hi, my name is Marilyn.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a senior, wanting to be a physician, obviously, taking French, biology, and I'm in this program called IB.
I think the diversity conversation, as she mentioned, and it was a great conversation, is that we've made it into something really complicated. But I think initially diversity was this push about everybody being in the room, but now it's just about value. So more than anything, just knowing your worth, having other people know your worth, because really good ideas come out of different perspective. So when you get a lot of different people in a room, hopefully you get better solutions. So I think it's really that simple, but we're having to get people in the room long enough to understand it. So I think it's just, to me, it's just a win for everybody.
My experience with diversity basically was being the only black guy in most of the time in a communications field which was my field of study. And so bringing faith there and then also putting in awkward positions, sometimes that would challenge your faith. So I think it's important that we stand as people of faith, whatever that faith is, you stand as people of faith, no matter where you are, no matter who you are.
I think it's just a good thing for us to all come, because seeing everybody come to the conversation and know that it's not hostile territory just to have a conversation about it. But millennials and other people who are now leading the way, they don't feel like they have to minimize their differences to get ahead, and that's a lot of the things that we had to do. Now people are going to live boldly, and they don't really apologize for it. So people like me, still young, but we have to get used to the idea that people aren't going to shrink to make us feel better. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out.
On Wednesday, the University Career Center held one of their most popular events of the semester. Those looking for postgraduate jobs had the chance to attend this year's career fair. From 12 to 4, students filled the sub-ballroom dressed in their best, hoping to earn the attention of a full-time employer and hopefully score a full-time gig. Companies from Lubbock, along with others from across Texas and even the country, were represented at the fair. Employers were looking for students to hire for both part-time and full-time jobs.
We find that students coming right out of college are usually very well prepared. They're high energy, kind of enthusiastic, and that's kind of our culture at Powerhouse. We're very fast moving. in what we do. So anyone with a great energy level and a positive attitude, perfect for us.
Students were encouraged to come with resumes at the ready and dressed to impress if they wanted to have a professional headshot taken. This event happens once a semester, but if you missed it, you can always stop by the University Career Center for more information on finding the job of your dreams. You can contact them by visiting careercenter.ttu.edu.
For the second year in a row, Texas Tech has been recognized as one of the best schools in the United States for transfer students. Phi Theta Kappa, an honor society for two-year institutions, recently named Tech to its transfer honor roll. Texas Tech is one of the 112 schools across the United States to be included in the honor roll. The recognition is based on the evaluation of several areas including scholarship, financial aid, admissions outreach, support for transfer students, and student engagement opportunities. Texas Tech applied for the recognition last fall, and the institutions on this year's list were announced last week. Along with Tech, several other Texas schools made the 2018 honor roll, including UT, Rio Grande Valley, A&M Corpus Christi, and West Texas A&M and Canyon.
One of Texas Tech's 10 colleges will soon have a new leader. Last week, William F. Bill Brown was officially announced as the next dean of the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. Brown is a former researcher and administrator at the University of Tennessee, and he has more than 15 years of experience in university administration. During his time at Tennessee, Brown served as dean for research and director of Agricultural Experiment Station at the Institute of Agriculture. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Florida, his master's from Tennessee, and his doctorate from the University of Nebraska. Brown will be taking the place of Steve Fraze, who was named interim dean in August of 2016. Brown's official first day as dean of Kastner will begin on April 2nd. It's been a mild week here on the South Plains, with the afternoon highs sticking around the upper 50s and low 60s. We've also seen a constant breeze throughout the week, but luckily, wind gusts have stayed below 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, Uvie, it's felt like a little more spring here on Tech campus. So what we can expect heading into spring break, let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. The MCTV Tower Cam is showing sunny skies this afternoon. There were a few clouds around the area this morning, but they moved out before 1 p.m. The return of the sun should also bring warmer temperatures today, with the high expected to reach the upper 70s. Late this afternoon, after sunset, some clouds will return to the skies, and the temperatures will fall into the low 40s. Tomorrow, the last day of classes, will start off with the sunny skies and temperatures quickly climbing towards a high in the 80s. By mid-afternoon, we'll see a return of some clouds, but otherwise, it should be a very nice afternoon. Tomorrow night, the clouds will stick around the area, and the lows will fall back into the mid-40s. On Sundays, we'll continue to see a mix of clouds and sunshine, and temperatures will again climb near the 70-degree mark. The winds will be more of a factor on Saturday, with the breezy conditions returning early afternoon, overnight Saturday. A cold front will move into the area, dropping temperatures into the 30s and bringing more of clouds into the area. By Sunday morning, overcast skies will make for a gloomy day, and temperatures are forecast to stay below 60 degrees. We will continue to see breezy conditions throughout the day, but the winds will increase around sunset. Overnight on Sunday, we will see a temperature drop back into the mid-30s and a slight clearing of the skies as clouds begin to move out the area. On Monday, the first day of spring break will kick off with mild conditions and partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will climb near 60 degrees and winds should be light during the day. After sunset, skies will begin to clear and temperatures will drop back into the mid-30s. The mild conditions will continue into Tuesday with another day of clouds and temperatures at or below 60 degrees. We will see a slight increase in wind speeds, but for now, gusty conditions are staying out of the forecast. The clouds will stick around though Tuesday night, and the temperatures will again stay in the mid-30s. Wednesday will kick off the beginning of a warming trend with high expected to reach the mid-60s. Beyond that, we expect another day of cloudy skies and breeze winds overnight. Temperatures will also be a little warmer, with temperatures expected in the mid-40s. Looking ahead, Wednesday's warmer trend will continue through the rest of the week, but windy conditions could make a return for the weekend.
So far, 2018 has been one of the best years ever for Tech athletics. With 3 major teams ranked nationally, the Red Raiders are really making some noise in the sporting world.
MCTV's Lexi Wesley is in the studio with a look at all of the news from Tech athletics and sports. Lexi?
Thanks, Corey and UVA. Red Raider baseball is off to a great start, sitting third in the nation. Tadlock's crew is currently 14-0, first time in program history. The Red Raiders faced the Lobos last night and came out with a 7-2 victory. Tech will be on the road for an 8-game swing against number 6 Kentucky, number 13 Louisville, and Baylor. Tech's men's track is holding on to their number 1 national rank for the 4th week, the longest streak held by the program. After winning their first ever Big 12 indoor championship title, Coach Kitley said, "This is just the best team we've ever had." Divine Odeduru and Andrew Hudson were awarded the Big 12 High Point Performer of the Meet Award for their finishes in the 60-meter and 200-meter dash. Hudson claimed the first Big 12 title for the Raiders in the 60-meter and is the first athlete to do so in that race in 10 years. He clocked a time of 6.62. Odeduru finished with a time of 20.68 in the 200-meter. 11 Red Raiders will travel to the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships this weekend in College Station. This is Tech's highest number of qualifiers ever for the Indoor Nationals. Good luck to Coach Kitley and the track team. Taking a look into Tech basketball, there's some good news for you Hoops fans. Coach Beard received a contract extension for the next 6 years, totaling $19.5 million. Athletic Director Kobe Hocutt said, "Coach Beard continues to elevate Texas Tech basketball to a record level of success, and under his leadership, our program is going to continue to elevate to an elite level." Beard was also named Co-Big 12 Coach of the Year after guiding the Raiders to a 23-9 overall season record. He shares this title with KU's Bill Self. The accolades continue to roll in for Beard's bunch. Freshman Zaire Smith collected 3 awards while making history. He is the first freshman in program history to be named to a major All-Big 12 team. Smith received All-Big 12 Honorable Mention, All-Big 12 Newcomer Team, and All-Big 12 Defensive Team. Senior guard Keenan Evans was named to the All-Big 12 First Team and the first player to garner such a pick since former All-American Jarius Jackson. Earlier this week, the finalists were announced for the Wooden Award, with Evans among the top 15. Evans was also listed as a top 10 semifinalist for the Naismith Trophy. Beard, Smith, and Evans were all awarded all-district honors from the United States Basketball Writers Association. Evans garnered District Player of the Year, Smith collected All-District, and Beard tucked away District Coach of the Year. Congratulations, TTUMB, on all of your achievements and the history you've made this season. It's almost time for the big dance, folks, as we're days away from Selection Sunday. If Beard's bunch is seated high enough, they'll have a game slated in Dallas. Until then, Tech will face Texas in the quarterfinal round of the Big 12 Championship in Kansas City tonight. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. and you can catch all of the action on ESPN2 or the ESPN app. That's all for sports. I'm Lexi Wesley. Back to you, UVA and Corey.
Thanks, Lexi. With spring break only days away, most students are already dreaming of time away from campus.
That's true, Corey. I can't wait to get away, but when we get back, there will be a whole week of events for the entire Tech community. Diversity Week is scheduled from Monday, March 19th through Sunday, March 24th. The week features more than 30 events put on by various campus groups, all with the focus on bringing the Tech community together. Diversity Week events include a blood drive, a karaoke night, a fajita cookout, and the 9th annual Texas Tech Drag Show. The Diversity Week events get rolling with a kickoff celebration scheduled for noon in the Sub North Plaza on Monday, March 19th. If you'd like to see a full schedule of events for Diversity Week, just check out the Sub's outreach website and click on Diversity Week.
So, Uvie, what are your plans for spring break?
You know, I think I'm going to go home and just relax.
I'm pretty much doing the opposite. I am looking to have a lot of fun during spring break. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check out ttuhub.net every day for more news. Have a great spring break.